Welcome to MudDirt.com. In this video I'll show you how to remove and seal your belt housing. First thing we need to do is remove the belt housing. With our belt housing removed, we need to remove our belt. We take this belt bolt. It's just a long bolt that threads into one of the holes on your secondary clutch. And as it threads in, it puts tension on your back pulley and actually pushes it in. This will let you pull your belt off. After we've removed our bolt out of our secondary, we can start pulling our clutches loose. Remember to, as you can see here, the pulley is not popping loose when I take the bolt loose. So we'll screw it back in, give it a little bit of room. I'll take a dead blow hammer and we'll hit it. See how it popped out? Now we can safely pull it out. If not, what would happen is that it would pop out and come back and hit us. Take the whole primary out. This is our spring cap. Pull this to the side. This is our one-way bearing. Pull out our one-way bearing. Put your fingers behind the one-way bearing on the shaft. There should be some springs that's going to be behind there. Aha. There is. Be sure that you don't lose these springs. They're actually inserted into the shaft. You have 2 springs and 2 caps. Keep on to that. With the one-way bearing removed, now we can remove our shaft. This is a primary pulley bolt that I got from my local dealership. Just inserts in, it screws into the pulley shaft and presses against the shaft coming out of the motor. Same thing, pull it loose, be sure that the pulley is backing out. And remove the whole assembly. With the clutches removed, now we can pull off our rear belt housing. Rear housing removed, you have an O-ring here and an O-ring here. These O-rings are not big enough, and most of the time they will allow water to pass by them. On some of the newer bikes, some of them have stopped water, most of them have not. A lot of times these O-rings will actually seal for a while, and then later on down the road they'll start leaking. The way we're going to fix that is we're going to put a bead of RTV around it. It's just a tube of ultra black. Put a thin bead around both of the O-rings and mount it back up. With our small bead of silicone around our O-rings, we can reinstall our back plate. With our back fully reinstalled, we can reinstall both our secondary and our primary clutch. With our rear housing completed and our clutches reinstalled, we can take our cap and pull the gasket loose. What we'll do is we'll take this out and we'll clean all the dirt that's inside our groove. We'll put a thin bead of RTV around it. We'll reinstall our gasket. And then we'll put another thicker bead of RTV all the way around here. Once that's all on it, we will install it back onto our back plate. When we put our screws in, we're not using any kind of impacts. All we have to do is just snug it up. We don't have to tighten them down because there's little metal inserts that's in this back plastic that if we tighten it too much, we'll actually break those free, and once we break those free, then we'll have to get a new back plate. With our housing reinstalled, we're done.